You see, I'm just gonna pick up on the fact that you said you're 34. You know, this is the thing, is that you're a young guy. I'm 36. I remember I remember searching on Ask Jeeves. That's how old
Yep.
I am, you see. So, good job we're not like Ask Jeeves account managers, because that would have been quite fun. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
lead generation is all about local intent at the end of the day, really. For service-based businesses. And, you think about it, most of the audits that I do, most of the people that come to me and say, "Can you audit my account? Can you take a look at my campaigns?" For service-based businesses, for local businesses, 90% of them aren't running any local or near me ad groups or campaigns or anything like that. And you think about it and you break it down in terms of intent. And with intent comes things like Gene said, best pizza place near me, like emergency plumbers near me, anything with like in my area, local, find me a plumber in my area or something like that. All of these have certain intent, transactional based intent, where people are actively searching to find solutions in their area. They don't want someone who's 2 or 3 or 4 hours away, especially in an emergency situation. You look at something like pest control, obviously that's something which is, we want someone to come in now, whether it's 3 in the morning or 5 in the afternoon or whatever it might be. We want someone to come as soon as possible. So having that local aspect, like near me and in my area, that is so powerful. And that's the big thing with lead generation. And again, like Gene said, it's like, when are you really going to Bing for that? When are you really going to Facebook or Meta, as it's called now, or X, or Twitter, TikTok, or any other platform? You don't really go to those platforms. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull out your mobile phone and you're going to search for pest control near me, or like best plumber in my area, or whatever it might be. And that is the power that Google has against any other kind of social platform or even any other search engine. I think, we touched on Bing there a little bit, but Bing has its place in the market. And I think it serves that older demographic, and for certain businesses and certain companies, I think Bing can be a really powerful advertising source in its own right. But again, with 97%, near enough 97% all searches happening on Google, it's the go-to at the end of the day. And it's actually kind of scary how powerful they are, really, don't you think?
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
scary, especially with all the data that they have collected over the years on us, and it only is getting more scary, in my opinion. But Ryan really brings up a great point, and if you want to win on Google Ads, you have to understand that this process is worth it, that the importance of running Google Ads in itself is the sheer amount of searchers. So for us to really zoom out, and this series is talking about how to win with Google Ads. Well, first, know the importance of Google Ads. Know the importance of everybody that's searching on Google Ads. That's why we're providing you these statistics and credibility, not because we want your business, but we truly have seen it primary, with the clients that we've handled and the accounts that we've been through and audited, that this does work. And one of the reasons that Google Ads, and this could be more of PPC in general, is a better option, especially in our digital world or digital landscape of websites and e-commerce and Shopify, is that the measurability of what we're actually getting and the measurability of defining a conversion is beyond any old advertising on a billboard, radio, newspaper, mail. You can actually go in on Google Ads and say, this conversion, I want it to be deemed as a conversion only if it was a purchase or only if it was a sign up. I don't know, Ryan, like where else would they be able to do that where the measurability is that granular and specific?
It's so difficult. It is really difficult, because if you take traditional marketing and advertising efforts such as TV, such as, like newspaper, tabloid, billboard, anything like that, it's really difficult to kind of measure that. Anyone could like drive past a billboard, anyone could see a TV show or a TV ad, anyone can, pick up a newspaper and see an advert in that. But how do you track it? Unless, of course, you've got a specific number set up that you can kind of identify, okay, they must have called this number to have come through that ad. But what you could get a lot of low quality calls as well.
Mhm.
People saying, "Oh, I saw your billboard, and I thought it was rubbish," or something like that. Whereas I think with Google, because people are going out of their way to take out their phone, a physical thing, not like a newspaper or like a billboard or something like that. They're not really looking to be advertised in a newspaper. You kind of ignore it, and this is the thing with social. But I'm kind of getting off topic here. We'll cover that in another series. But I think with Google, people are actively taking out their phone with something already in mind, predetermined, and saying, right, I want to look for X. It could be a product, it could be a service, and so that is powerful in itself. So when they do end up converting, it's coming from that initial step, that top of funnel intent. Someone's taking out their phone to do a search. And I think that for me is unmatched in terms of any other platform. I honestly don't think any other platform can provide that. X, Meta, all the names have changed. Facebook, Twitter. The ease of access. You don't. Some people think, okay, what should my budget be to get started? And that's probably one of the main questions I get asked on a regular basis: is
Yeah.
how much should I spend with Google Ads? And I normally say to people, surprisingly, you don't really need that much to get started. If you want to just test Google Ads, you can get started as low as £10 a day, $10 a day, all the way going up to probably 20, maybe $25 pounds, wherever you are. And I think it's just the ease of access. You can just get the account up straight away today if you wanted to. You could create a campaign, a search campaign or a shopping campaign, whatever it might be, Performance Max, but we'll cover that in a later episode, I'm sure. But you can get that set up in a day with a low budget and start running immediately. And then what's also great is that you could potentially see instantaneous results. If this is your only way of advertising, if it's a brand new business, or if you're, a business that's solely relied on word of mouth referrals for so many years, and you're entering the online space with a brand new website, and you want to kind of take that kind of market away from some competitors, then this is a great way to do that. And I think the mode of entry is really, really low. Like the bar is really low, and you can just get something out there, get the account up and running, $10 a day, £10 a day, something like that. Trial it for 30 days and see what happens. You might get one or two conversions come through. What a conversion might be for you could be a phone call for your business. It could be a form fill on the website. It could be a sale, a purchase, someone purchasing one of your products. But once you see that, it's like a little light goes off in your head and you think, right, okay, now that we've seen that this can actually work for us on a low scale, what could happen if we, up the budget to, £50 a day, $50 a day, $100 a day, £100 a day, and it just gives you that confidence to get started. And I think that's one of the great appeals of this, is that you can get it, like you can open up an account today and tomorrow you could be seeing results. Like what other platform can offer you that? Can TikTok, can Meta, can Instagram? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and that's huge, especially if you're in e-commerce. I could speak for e-commerce in this regard, where a lot of the times we don't know what we don't know, right? And you could run a billboard or newspaper ad, and in 6 months you spend all this money, and you still don't know who you're reaching, because one, the conversions might be murky. You might have an uptick in sales, but what are the catalysts to those sales? What if it coincides to a seasonal perspective of, you just ran ads because it was, you thought it was smart, or ran like a radio or newspaper ad, but that wasn't the catalyst. It was actually seasonality that was the catalyst to higher conversions, purchases, or form fills, like Ryan was talking about. So it's really important that one of the best things about Google Ads is you could get something up and running, like Ryan says, and you could test. To me, marketing and advertising is about testing, and we create these educated tests and either double down on something that works, or go away from something that does not. And Google Ads is the perfect vehicle to create these quick tests, get an account set up in less than a couple days, and be on Google. Like we said earlier, the biggest search engine, be on Google, where eyes are constantly looking at you.